Hello, 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 and welcome back to QUEERANTINE. My name is Mace Kerwick, and joining me, as always, are Laura De La Fuente and Javier Ungo. And y'all, this is our final show on ColdTowne's Twitch, so buckle up, because we are here to have a nice celebratory goodbye tonight. Laura, Javi, how are we doing?
We are doing fantastic. Javi, how are we doing?
I'm doing quite well. Hey, and people might be wondering why QUEERANTINE is coming to an end. And do you know why?
I don't know. Why are we coming to an end?
It's because quarantine is over, bitches. We out in these streets. That's what we're doing.
We're running into Anthony and Tan France at Rain. Segway.
Laura, tell the story.
So,
Laura, jump in.
Went out with my wife, Bonice, to the clubs this weekend. We went to Coconut Club. We went to Rain after.
Wait, I was invited to go with y'all.
This is true.
And I didn't go because I was so tired.
Javi, I just assume you have plans in the hill country. I'm just going to say it.
I'm a middle-aged gay man. I'm at home. We watched The Thing.
I just assume that you have plans because you're a planner in my mind. Okay, next time we're inviting you. Only this is because I know also. Okay, so we do Coconut Club. Ooh, we kiki woo. Let's go to Rain and have a little bit more fun. So we head in. I have a don't say keys because I'm the lesbian there, and there is and I see this gray pompadour kind of like come in from the back. They entered from the back entrance.
Of course.
And then I see a black beanie next that's taller. This is gray pompadour, this is black beanie. And like very instantly I'm like, fucking Tan France just walked in. Very cute, very high energy. Girls swarm him at Rain because the only females there are the ones that are comfortable going up to Tan France. And so they come up, say hi, whatever. We're ready to go. Me and Bonies were like, oh, okay, it's 11 p.m. Okay, good. We gotta go.
11 p.m. Time for us to go home.
Time for us to go home. So we skedaddle around, and I kind of do a little, and we're also exiting from the back, and I kind of do a little look over the shoulder, and I lock eyes with Anthony as he takes a drag from his jewel.
Oh yeah.
And I went peace, and I just got like a little, and then that was it, and then I walked out.
You got a little.
I got a little I got a little hit.
So
that's a perfect celebrity interaction.
Yeah.
I saw Anthony on the hike and bike trail a few weeks ago.
Honestly, both.
And he was there with his very hot boyfriend, and they were walking their dog. And you know that like bridge underneath Mopac? That's the pedestrian bridge?
Yes.
So I'm headed south, and he's headed north. And it was one of those things where I saw him from so far away that by the time I got up close to him, I was so just excited about the whole thing that I didn't know what to do. So I just chugged my water bottle.
And Mace, you played Anthony on our last sketch show, right?
I did, yeah. I played Anthony. And this is actually the second time I've seen Anthony. So it's not like this is like brand new first time seeing him. Like I have seen him before, not that we're best friends, but he's so hot, and his boyfriend is so hot too. Sorry, Oscar, my cat, is on top of his automatic feeder pushing a lot of buttons. I don't know if you can hear that.
Really gay cats.
I mean, the last time we had a show, we were still quarantined. We were stuck in our homes. Now we're out here with celebrities. Mace is having a hot dog summer. Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yes.
Aloha in blocks. You can read it. It's there.
Forget about hot boy summer. It's hot dog summer. Okay.
Yes.
And we're here grilling. We're here chilling. And we're out here maybe on dating apps, hoping that people don't have too much mental trauma after the last year.
I can only imagine dating. Go.
I was gonna say, like, I hear the dating apps are real horny these days because of all
it's very horny and extremely chaotic. It's like we're all on board the crazy train, and we're just seeing if we're getting off on the same stop.
Yeah, the vibe was horny at the U.S. women's soccer game. I was just like, all the dykes were out because the U.S. women's national team came to town in Austin, opened up the Q2 Stadium which was the first soccer game. Okay, sports talk here.
Did you go?
Yes, I was at the U.S. Women's National Game. I fully okay, I love them, adore them. I knew them. So we had great seats. Thank you, Edward Ruiz. And so, they're about to walk out on stage and on the field, on stage. Okay. And so they all come out, and then I see Megan Rapinoe walk out in her purple hair. And I'm filming this, of course. And when I watch the video back, I can hear myself go, oh my God. And my camera shakes. The adrenaline from seeing Megan Rapinoe, I fully fangirled. And Edward Ruiz goes, that was really cute. You just totally lost it for Megan Rapinoe. And I was like, yeah, because she stood up to the fucking president. The president.
That was amazing.
It was incredible. I didn't know I was going to have that reaction, but I fully fangirled. It was incredible, by the way, to be there. Incredible.
Yeah.
And horny as fuck.
I have a similar video of when I saw The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble in 2019.
Javi.
Who's the Undertaker?
Get out of here. We're not doing that. This is crazy.
I kind of know.
I'm
another local celebrity that I don't ever run into.
Okay, I'm assuming the Undertaker is a white guy in his 50s who maybe has some interesting hair.
Yes.
That's not wrong. That's not wrong.
You're not. You're absolutely not wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you. You've taught me well, Father. I know all about your wrestling sport.
Oh, anytime I see a gay wrestling meme, I go, Javi, I saw this one. Javi, I go, Javi, I saw this one. Every time I see wrestling gay memes.
Listen, I recommend to our audience that they get into some sort of a thing that they're very obsessed with, that they have quite literally nobody to talk to about it.
Yeah.
And then get a Twitch show where you just interject it as many times as possible.
Well, Javi, your shirt is a great segue into our Hot Topic slides. So if this is your first time tuning into QueerTowne, we love our Hot Topics. And I'm now going to screen share while we kind of walk you through some of them. And let me tell you what. It's us, Quarantine, for the last time. Raise a glass to Quarantine. If you have been with us for the last, 13, 14 months, it has been a pleasure.
I'm getting emotional?
And talking trash. Yeah, I am feeling emotional, yeah.
You're feeling it too?
It was this was a very anchoring thing for me, at least.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the whole pandemic. Because we were consistent, and I felt like we were processing our feelings and getting drunk together on Friday nights. It was great.
It was a great opportunity to create a really needed space for connection and commentary and just queer identities that I think I felt so starved of during the height of the pandemic. So thank you, ColdTowne Theater, and all of our fabulous loyal viewers who have sounded off in the comments since day one. It has been the pleasure of a lifetime getting to do this with you.
Yep.
And we get to do it one last time. So
and we should acknowledge this, our final show, Pride. Happy Pride to everybody.
Happy Pride.
I know it's not Austin Pride, but you know what? Fuck it. This is a Pride.
This is a Pride.
That too.
It's a Pride month.
This is a Pride. It's Pride month.
This is Pride. This is Hot Dog Pride. The visibility we need. Okay, but speaking of things that do matter and do deserve attention, yesterday was a very big day for the Free Britney movement. Javi, as our resident person wearing a Britney Spears t-shirt at this exact moment in time, would you like to take it away from here?
Sure. Listen, I'll tell you my very specific experience of it was knowing exactly what time she was going to be making her statement in court, and knowing that I am a therapist in my daily life and had a private practice therapy session at this time, and literally was just wrapping up my session. And I was like, all right, well, I see that we're at time, and subtext, I see that we're at time and I need to go find out what's going on with Britney Spears. And I was disconnect. And I was feverishly reading. But yeah, Britney finally made a statement, as many people know, as we've talked about on the show, I believe.
Yeah, we have.
She's been clearly in a hostage situation. and making Instagram posts that are bizarre. And the whole time, everybody was just like, we know that something else is going on. So she finally came out. She made a statement. It is like, it's worse than all of us thought. Jesus. Just her making a statement that she like wants to have a child and they won't let her take her birth control out. I just like, fucking insanity, absolute insanity. And I will say, by the way, the latest update is that she did post today on Instagram, and I still don't think that's her posting on Instagram. Because it was a little, it's still a little bizarre, and it was just like the lucidity with which she made her statement yesterday and the clarity of her message. I was just like, this is a woman who knows how to like put her words together, and she's finally standing up for herself. And like whatever nonsense is happening on her Instagram, I just don't think it's her. Anyways, those are my tipsy thoughts.
I hear that, Javi. I think there's something stark about you said lucidity. I think the whole 25-minute statement is very lucid, and it is very clear she desires to sue her family. She desires to have a family. Like, we hear her wants very clearly, very explicitly. She is fully depressed. She cries every day. That doesn't match the social media element, which is, I think, another element of this, is that they obviously have control over that as well. Her recording her dances was her only liberty. I mean, it makes it so emotional. Like, this is it's a pop culture story for the ages, but it's also one of the most like devastating pop culture stories I think we've heard in a very long. I mean,
it's one of those things that watching it in real time, it's like you just know that this is like going to be this Marilyn Monroe-esque plot line that so many movies and TV shows are going to dissect years from now. But like, this is a real person's life.
Yeah.
And yes, she's a mega celebrity, but I think we can't lose sight of the fact that she's a human at the end of the day. And she's still so young, and she's been in this for 13 years. And it is outrageous that she is not able to advocate for herself. And I think anyone who watched the Free Britney New York Times doc can attest to, there is such a queer fan base at the forefront of this movement. And it really is a testament to that space that she facilitated for people who felt alienated or different, and that they are now speaking up and advocating for her. It's just really beautiful to me.
It is.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, that was a little bit more eloquent than I was expecting it to be, but
no, good.
I think we all really feel real feelings for this, and I think it's because we want the human of Britney Spears, the humanity of Britney Spears to be free, because, you know, I want to go see her in fucking Vegas, a liberal Britney in Vegas. Are you fucking
yes?
No, you took the words out of my mouth. Like, can you imagine what a free Britney is going to unleash on our culture? Like,
it's going to be
the shows like
amazing. I mean, we have not gotten live music or new music from her in years, and just imagine what 2021 Brit could sound like. Yes, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Very excited, very optimistic, but also like, Britney, we're here for you. We hear your pain, and we love you. It's true.
We love you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. To Brit. Moving on to a slightly more positive story. Laura, I heard a scream from you. Do you want to take this one for us?
Absolutely. So one of like, I think the major stories of this week is Shikari Richardson and her Olympic trial run. I think before this week, we didn't know of her, but she stormed to the top of all of our feeds because of look at her. Not only did she fucking blaze through both the semifinals and the finals, she also did it in style and with all this like, this is absolutely me. I am that girl. Look at my orange hair. Look at my fucking fingernails. And also with a lot of emotional honesty. And a true backstory that shows like how much she has gone through. She lost her biological mother this past week. She went up afterwards and hugged her grandmother. Like, there was so much to just be like, oh my God, this just in one day to just see this ascent of somebody who's an instant icon and who we're so excited to follow in the Olympics coming up next month.
Yeah, I feel like so many athletes who are training for the Olympics are sort of stifled as far as personality development because so much time is spent practicing and perfecting their body, and it just becomes this like weird, all-absorbing thing. And I don't know, I know several people who, went to the Olympic trials for swimming, and it is such an amazing gift to get to move forward with it when you actually get to go to the Olympics. And I think for her to, have this amazing narrative and to just move in as someone who's so easy to root for all the right reasons, like, yes, I am there for it.
Absolutely. And also, who chose your hair color, your orange hair color? And she's like, this is when I'm on fire. She's like, also my girlfriend picked it. And we were like, and a queer icon! Ah! Pouring drinks on ourselves. It was an incredible a story to land this week, and so inspiring. And I know somebody we're all rooting for and excited for to see in the Olympics coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to say, I a little behind the curtains here. I picked a lot of pictures for tonight, and I Google image searched her, and I was like, no, not this one. This one. This is the one. This is the picture.
The nails.
Because my first exposure to her, this sounds shitty, but was on Twitter, and it was like a slow motion video of her right at that photo finish, and I was like,
at the clock.
Literally, I saw the nails and I was like, is this a bit? Athletes can't be this stylish when they're in such a intense sport. And I was like, oh, this is real. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, she's an icon. Oh, this is great. It was so great.
Oh, so great. The lashes, the nails, the hair. So excited. So excited to see Shikari Richardson, what she does.
Yeah. Rooting for you.
Rooting for you.
Are we rooting for this guy?
I just laughed at the picture I chose.
The picture, yeah.
In that second picture, he's going, "Yes, mama." In my mind, that's what he's saying.
I feel like I have really complicated thoughts about this guy because he is making history. Opening doors. This is true.
We should say this is Carl Nassib.
Yes, yes.
Nassib?
If you haven't been following the headlines, he is currently in the NFL, and he just came out as gay on social media this week.
Came out as gay. He's first active football player that came out as gay. Came out as gay in this video that's on the left-hand side, which I believe verbatim, he's like, hey, everybody, just wanted to jump on here real quick and just let y'all know I'm gay. And that's I don't know what he says after that, but he's just like, hey everybody, what's up? I'm gay. It's so funny.
Yeah.
In my orchard pasture in Miles, or I'm completely safe from everybody. And
my miles and miles of green grass, which I don't water myself.
I mean, I think that's what we're saying. And Javi, I saw a slide that's coming up with Colton Underwood also. Colton.
Yeah.
And I have heard some criticism and I think it's well put about the white gays that might feel a little bit safer coming out in this space than anybody of color. But also something to be said about the more effeminate queers that made space for this and made it okay for him to come out.
And Savage had a tweet that went around about that.
Yeah. It was so good.
I don't think what Carl is doing is particularly radical aside from coming out. It doesn't really seem like to me that he is continuing a radical energy, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not appreciating how deeply homophobic and how deep the pockets are of the NFL, in that any kind of pivot within that organization is a win. Maybe that's true. I don't know. That's not necessarily my thought, though. I think that It would be kind of fun if he was like, "Hey, swish, swish, girls, guess what?"
Yeah.
Yes. Also, there's a little bit of titters online that he might be a registered Republican, that he may have voted for Trump, and so it does take a little bit away from it. I mean, I will say, like, kind of cool. Like, he came out, he did donate a shit ton of money to the Trevor Project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. But like, I don't know. It is weird when people start like just like falling over each other and just like a hero. What? And I was like, all right, everybody, calm down. No. And I also want to own that. Like, I just think football's stupid. I think that's a sport that has zero value in our culture. So I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't give a shit. But
all right, I moved forward.
Speaking of what has value,
I didn't try to. It just happened, but I think it was organic.
It was perfectly timed. Honestly, it was perfectly timed. Hello, Rose.
Okay, so what is the term that is like bad millennial style? Is it gauchy? Are y'all familiar with this term?
Shuggy?
Oh gosh, it's
Shuggy's
okay. I just found out about this yesterday. It's a real thing, and it's spelled chuggy.
Yeah.
Chuggy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I feel like ColdTowne Underwood is chuggy.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so for those of you who don't know, that this is ColdTowne Underwood. I believe, I'm not like a Bachelor person, but like I say that so judgmentally, but I mean it. But he was, I guess, the most recent Bachelor. And like the big thing,
he was a few years ago, but he's my age, so he's 29.
Okay.
So it was like relatively recently. Yeah.
But he was like, I mean, his big thing was that he was like the virgin Bachelor, and then like afterwards came out of the closet. I mean, listen,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was the virgin Bachelor who then came out. Sorry, that hit me good. Okay, continue.
But I added this slide and I picked this picture because this is the picture. And for those of you who don't know, here's the headline that accompanied this article: ColdTowne Underwood shares the Amazon finds that help him show off his pride.
Fuck you.
Quote, this is a quote from him. This is actually my first Pride, and I'm very excited to be a part of this community. I'm also still learning and still trying to figure it all out. Pride to me is living an authentic life that makes you happy. It makes you feel fulfilled, and I'm definitely on the right track for that. I'm very, very excited to see what the future holds. Here's some things you can find on Amazon that make me celebrate my pride. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. This is so stupid.
Wow.
I think, I mean, a tone deaf as fuck, right? Like, is a bullshit company run by an insane billionaire that treats their customers like shit. So
their employees terribly.
Yes, their employees terribly. I said customers. Sorry, their employees terribly. I think like.
Well, they probably treat their customers like shit too. Don't backtrack on that one.
True. Honestly, you're right, Mace. But to partner with Amazon, it's the most tone deaf bullshit thing. But also like for during Pride too. I think the boy has publicists who do not understand.
Well, in the fact that he came out and almost immediately it was disclosed that he had a Netflix deal. Now the timing of that indicates that the Netflix deal was signed before he came out. Because no fucking way would all of that paperwork have been signed within 28 to 48 hours, which I believe it was, of when he came out. There was like this very interesting business negotiation that I suspect happened behind the scenes where he had a team and he was like, hey, okay, so like it's time for my big announcement. We need to go and shop around to various networks to see who wants to buy the rights to this. And evidently Netflix said, yeah, let's go.
And we should say that Netflix show is about him coming and like acclimating to gay life with the gay guide of Gus Kenworthy.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Just what the blind leading the blind, the white gays leading the white gays.
Right.
Just like
speaking of Olympians, apparently I have a soft spot for them. But yes. Skier, alpine skier, rich gays.
ColdTowne came out and like within a month was posting thirst traps with like unintelligible captions, and I was like, all right, well, someone's fucking guiding you into your gay dump. Jesus.
Yeah. Gay dump.
Yeah, this outfit though screams like top who has never once washed his asshole. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Say it.
Moving on to more celebratory things. Lady Gaga is releasing a 10th anniversary of the classic Born This Way album, and she's having a number of queer or queer favorite artists release singles. I think so far we have Years and Years, Kylie Minogue, Big Frida. Am I making that up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Big I think that's all we've gotten so far.
You know what they announced today?
What?
Is it You and I? That's on that album, right?
Oh God, I hope so.
You and I, covered by Dear Evan Hansen's Ben Platt.
I'm sorry.
All of us have the collective exact same response. Fuck that.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad. Jen also pointed out Orville Peck did the Born This Way.
Yeah,
Honestly, I avoided. I didn't listen to it.
I listened to it, but I have to be honest with you. I listened to it while I was sitting on the toilet.
I also have to be honest. I hate the song Born This Way. I hate it so much.
So I very famously...
We don't play it in the house for vibes. You're right. There's no... It's Friday. Let's play Born This Way. You're right.
I remember when it came out and I was like, gay people don't listen to this song. But I also want to recognize that there's a generation, one or two groups below me that song means a lot to them. So I just want to acknowledge that I was cynical at 20.
Popping into the group chat.
All right. So 10 years ago, you were finishing high school, Mace, right? Just jumping into college.
Yeah. So 10 years ago, I was in college, and let me tell you, Born This Way is honest to God, the Bible for Missouri gays.
Okay.
I went to college in Missouri, if you don't know, people in the chat. And that song, it would come on in the club my entire college existence. And people would rip their shirt off and go, yeah, baby, I was born this way.
Oh my
if
God.
You've seen that
meanwhile,
famous...
Bitter Hobby was I'm going to the bar.
Right.
If you've seen that famous gay porn star who has the Born This Way tattoo, I think, on his back, and then maybe got it lasered off. I have no proof, but I'm fairly positive that he's from the state of Missouri.
Yeah. I want to look this up.
I know who you're talking about.
I want to look the whole arc of this boy.
Laura, it is from shoulder to shoulder, Born This Way.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's continue
on. Continue on. I'm not Googling this. Continue on. I'm not Googling this.
Okay, this is me. So if anybody in the chat loves Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, we had the first iteration of BackSync get together this week at an LA Pride benefit. And I am so here for this. They did each other's songs. I love men in their 40s doing choreography together. I think it's incredible. I am here for it. I will go to their concert because I was never able to as a child.
All of them radiating charisma in that video.
All I knew was the video of them doing the choreography.
Same.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck yeah, look at them do it. They got dunked on so much during those days.
Yes.
But I will say that the placeholder for this slide, Mace had put in there, and it was BackSync. It's Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. So you might have to look this up. And I was like, LOL, he's talking about that video. And then I looked it up, and I was like, no, they're really going by BackSync.
Yeah.
Wait, that is news to me in this moment. The only thing I have seen, I'm just repeating Javi's exact conversation that he just said. The only thing I've seen is this video of them doing the choreography. So they're touring?
Well, not yet. But the idea is that the four of them are going to record a new album of material together. They're going to tour on that.
I want to instinctively go to the ones that aren't included and say right, that makes sense. Justin Timberlake, of course, no.
Of course.
JC Chazé, sure. I feel
what's he doing?
JC Chasez could have gone either way. Like,
yeah, he's a
yeah.
But also, like, JC Chasez could have gone either way in many ways.
Oh yeah, total bad guy. Bye guy. Chris Kirkpatrick. He was always the older one anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, where is he? Where is he?
Where's Chris?
Brian Luttrell found Jesus, so he wants no part of.
Okay, all right. Well,
the LA Pride.
Well, wait. Who's here? We've got
AJ,
Nick, Lance, Joey, and who's the other guy?
AJ.
That's right, AJ. Yep.
And then, so we don't have. I don't know Backstreet Boys as well. Who was the one that looks like
we're missing Kevin Richardson and we're missing Brian Luttrell.
And Brian Luttrell went.
Oh, and Howie.
Howie.
Mama,
yeah.
Mama, I'm a full 37.
Well, I was such an NSYNC. I mean, I'm right behind you in 36. I could not remember.
Well, as has been well documented, NSYNC was the discovery of my homosexuality in that Tearing Up My Heart video.
Oh, honey.
It really tore up your heart as a little boy.
Yeah. Very specifically, Justin Timberlake's armpit. Anyways.
All right. Hot.
Anyways,
I love
moving on.
Is this mine? And I knew this was mine.
Yeah, this is you, Laura.
So I'm embarrassed to admit I have Cara Delevingne twice in the next slides. I know we have 6 minutes. As a white rich.
Shit.
You know what? That's great. Let's touch on this just for a moment. So this is stupid. She comes from money, right? Cara Delevingne. Like, her mom was a fucking supermodel. I hesitate to even mention this. However, it hit my lesbian internet that in the architectural digest, a digest breakdown of her house, she has a vagina tunnel. And I said, what do you mean, Cara Delevingne, you have a vaginal tunnel? So I'm just going to read it because it's really great. And I'll send it to all of you also. The white brick residence, nominally English country style, was built in 1941 for members of the Van der family, founders of the Van supermarket chain, a deeply religious clan. The Van der have said to have hosted Pope John Paul II at this house when he visited LA in 1987. It's unclear what His Holiness would have made of Delevingne's vagina tunnel, a secret passageway concealed behind a low painted panel which leads from living room to an adjacent bunk room. One enters the so-called rebirth canal through a vulval soft sculpture, parentheses, think Judy Chicago on acid, and then proceeds to crawl out of a washing machine door suggestive of a rectum. I would love to move on to Love Victor. I have a soft spot for Cara Delevingne. I think it's her relationship with St. Vincent, and also like radical, crazy, rich white lesbians. Will I follow and read their full architectural digest things? I will, and that's my weakness. We all have soft spots.
Laura, when you get famous and rich, will you build a vagina tunnel in your house?
I will ask Cara Delevingne's architect to be like, just do that.
Just do that. I want Cara's vagina.
Yes, right. I also want to go see it. I also want to go to Cara Delevingne's house and see this in person too. While we're what is it called?
Real quick, her ex-girlfriend Kaya Gerber, who's Cindy Crawford's daughter. I watched a 30-minute video on her skincare routine, and it inspired me to get better with my skincare routine.
Okay. See?
Which is why I now use product every morning when I wake up.
Okay.
For you, like,
let me tell you what. Okay.
For Eulic acids, are we doing an SPF? Are we doing what are we doing? I
have this little package from Evan Healy, and I have a jade roller. And let me tell you, it's I don't know if it does anything, but it feels great. Then I get to wake up and sip my tea, and I have Kaya Gerber. Thanks.
I heard it feels good, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here for rolling it and making it feel good. Let's move on to Love Victor. Okay. Bonica and I binged the show this past week. There's 2 seasons of it. It is called Love Victor. It is a teenage show about the coming out of a boy that moved from Texas to Atlanta. And Atlanta is very progressive in this high school, but Texas was very conservative. So he's Victor on the left and the right picture in the green plaid is very, very excited to have a more progressive school. So in the course of his coming out, he crushes over Benji, pictured here. I asked Javi and Mace today, have you all seen La Victor? May said, yes, only season 1. Javi says, yes, I heard, spoiler alert, stop if you don't want to hear it. Yes, I heard Victor bottomed. Absolutely true. And so here's my problem with this show. High school children are bottoming on my television. Do I need to say, oh, my computer's falling? Do I need to say, oh, good for them. Good for them bottoming on television. Or do I need to say, well, hold on. Oh my God, my computer's falling. Is this not a little pervy to watch high school characters bottoming for the first time? Because
also, I don't mean to be too intrusive, but it sort of looks to me like we've got 2 thighs and homie's over here next to him. So
yeah, Javi and I talked about the sexual choreography. I think this still frame is wait, how is he?
Well, hold on. To clarify, I have not seen a stitch of this show. I heard talk about it on Twitter, and then this picture came across my Twitter timeline, and I was like, well, that's very funny. And so then I sought out the scene. And the scene is the reactions on their faces of these 2 straight actors playing these gay teens is Victor's mother coming into the room.
Yes.
And the mother is played by somebody, right? Like somebody.
Anna Ortiz from Ugly Betty.
Ugly Betty.
Oh,
okay,
thank you.
Excellent. Victor.
And she comes in. And listen, I don't want to bottom shame anybody at all.
Absolutely.
But the idea of a Latina mother walking in on her son being fully bottomed in high school is a horror movie that shouldn't exist. I don't want to hear about. I don't want to see that. That's terrible.
I don't understand who the target audience is. I mean, I'm also 36, but I'm also, me and Boris are like, are we just prudes? But we were like, we should not be watching this. I need to give my cat her medicine. We should not be watching
Victor's
this.
never going to bottom again. Come on, what is trauma?
But also, there was no discussion of like safe sex. There was no discussion of condoms or PrEP or lube. I would have really appreciated that, and this is how I truly feel. I would have appreciated that in this if we're like, hey, this is great visibility for like, high school queers who need to hear some like real sex education. Like there was a teaching moment here. They were all in a cabin before this. They both got too shy in the cabin. This is the time that they did it. But like, there was that moment for it. And we were like, no, talk about condoms, talk about sexual, like talk about something. And they didn't even mention it once. And I think that is a real disservice to the Gen Z, Gen Alphas who would be like the target audience for this show. I mean, we're just desperate to watch queer shit. But like the people that need to be educated on this, I think there was a missed teaching moment also. And that was kind of rough to see.
I think that's a fair criticism. Honestly, my perception of the whole thing, having not seen season 2 yet, is that season 1 was made for Disney Plus. And Disney Plus said, this is too gay. We're sending you to our corporate sibling, Hulu. And then season 2 is the first season that was actually made for Hulu. And so I think they're like, okay, cool, we can get away with sex. But maybe they were like, we don't want to do the lesson because that's Disney.
Yeah, it escalated so hard. And we just watched 1 into 2. So all of a sudden we were like, whoa.
Whoa, this is a pivot.
Yeah, it was a pivot.
Season 3 is going to be on Sean Cody. I'm sorry.
I'll pay $9.99 a month.
I'm so happy Victor bottoming was the last slide we did.
Honestly, it is a super cute show, and I would recommend it. And the theme song, the intro song, is a bop, and we dance every time the show intros and starts.
Well, I think it's fitting.
The popular pop. Oh yeah.
This is the final thing that we were able to talk about on Quarantine ever. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. From all of us here at our homes, we hope to see you not at our homes, but elsewhere in the real world. And thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great night, y'all.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Pride.